Howdy folks, Jeff here, certified car care professional. I just want to share a few cold weather car care tips with y'all today. It's starting to get cold. We got northern coming in here, and in Texas we don't get real cold, but there still is certain things that you want to pay attention to on your vehicle. The number one is we want to make sure that your antifreeze is okay, that you have the proper amount, that you have the proper type. There's all different kinds of antifreeze, and you want to make sure that you have the proper type and the proper mixture. Well, how do we do that? Well, we have a device here where we take a sample, we put it on here, and we can look and see what the freeze point is, and this will let us know if you're going to have enough protection. We don't have to get down to minus 39 here in Texas, but we do want to make sure that your system is protected, and take a look at it, make sure it's not old coolant, make sure it doesn't need to be flushed down, because that coolant also goes up into your heater, and that's where you're getting the heat from, and if it's all sludged up or needs to be changed, then we want to take care of that so that your system doesn't overheat, so your system doesn't freeze, and so that you get heat in your car. What else? Well, one of the things that concerns me is your windshield washer fluid. Sometimes you have the summer mix going on in there, and we don't want that to freeze and crack your bottle, because then we have the added expense of going in and having to pull that bottle out and get a new one and put it in. And some of those are all up in the fenders, and there's a lot of labor involved. And so the easiest way is you just stop by the store and you pick up some additive that has an antifreeze in it, or you get the right mixture that's a winter mixture, and that way we don't have that freezing and causing unnecessary problems. Well, what else can leave you stranded? Well, if you have a bad battery. Here in Texas, when it starts to get real hot or when it starts to get real cold, that's when the change affects your battery. You go out from being at work all day, and you go out and your car's been sitting in the parking lot all cold, it's rainy, and you go out there and it won't start. Now you're stuck and you got to figure out how to get somebody to come get you. Well, we have electronic testers that will actually go in and test the cold cranking amps of your battery. So if your battery is looking like it's going to get a little weak, this will pick it up, and we can say, hey, you're not stranded now, but let's go ahead and switch out that battery so that you're not stranded. That way you're not waiting until the last minute. Like I said, you're running late for work, you go out there and in the garage, and your car won't start. It's out sitting out in the street, your car won't start. That's just unnecessary hassle. We can test that. A lot of places don't have all of this equipment, so make sure you go to a certified shop that has certified technicians and has all the proper tools. Well, what's the other big thing that is kind of like a little pet peeve in the morning? You go out there and you start your car, and your tire pressure monitor light comes on. It says your tires are low. Then you drive down the street just a little ways, and all of a sudden the light goes off. Jeff, what's happening with that? Well, what's going on is, number one, we got to make sure that your tires are properly inflated. And then there's a formula that for every 10 degrees that the temperature drops, the air pressure in your tires actually drops. And it's a little formula there, and so the easiest way is to make sure that we have our tires inflated properly. And like I said, then when you go down the road, this sensor picks up as that tire warms up. It actually, it's not increasing the pressure, but you have a difference between hot air and cold air, and that's what triggers on this sensor. So when we do your oil change, we always make sure your tires are properly inflated, so that when we have a 70-degree day, and then the next morning you wake up here in Texas and it's 35 degrees, then trying to keep these lights from coming on. This is an actual monitor. So as always, those are just some, I'm not going to show you how to drain out your coolant and how to go in and do this and that, because we're not a how-to video. We're just car care tips, trying to help you better maintain your car, trying to help you keep from having trouble, and then trying to make you understand what all it is that we do with the car. So as always, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you can't make it down here to our shop, then go to a certified shop in your area, let a certified technician take a look at your car and get it ready for winter. That'll just help create a little bit less hassle during the holiday season or when it's cold and wet. We know y'all don't want that. Thanks again. Tuning in.